Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. On April 27th at 2 p.m., the City of Attleboro will dedicate a new rainbow bridge at Highland Park. The project was inspired by an Attleboro resident and dog owner. We spoke with the organizer to learn more.
My name is Sherry Duma. I live in Attleboro, and I was inspired for the project by my King Charles Cavalier, Bentley. I had him for 13 years. He was my first pet I ever owned, and naturally the first dog I ever lost, and certainly was a loss I wasn't expecting to mourn as hard as I did. And losing him, I really kind of felt like you really don't have any closure. You pick up their ashes from the vet, and that's kind of all you get. And I always felt like Bentley's purpose on this earth was bigger than just being my pet. People always gravitated towards him. When he passed, I had so many people reach out to me and say, hey, I'm not even a dog lover, but I loved Bentley. There was just something about him. He was attractive and just magnetic, always had people surrounding him. So I felt like I wanted to do something in his memory and his honor. And I was doing a lot of research, and then I came across a bridge in Carolinas, and I knew right away that that was really what I wanted to do here in Attleboro. So I approached Derek from the Parks Department with my idea and asked him if he thought it would be something that the city could benefit from. Really, my thought was everybody in the community could come to the bridge and have a place to sit and think about their loved one, put the collar on the railings. Derek was very supportive from the beginning. He loved the idea for the project. He thought it would be a great addition to the community, and really Derek is the one that jumped through the hoops for me to get this approved by the city. And then once we got it approved, we were kind of really off to the races with making this vision become reality. I honestly didn't really know what the Rainbow Bridge was until I was a pet owner. And then as I started seeing posts on Facebook of people losing their pet, I always would see somebody say, oh, they're crossing the Rainbow Bridge. And then it was inspired by a poem of somebody who had lost their pet years ago. And really, I think people just find comfort in that poem itself. And so they're crossing the Rainbow Bridge until you meet them again. And I wanted that bridge to actually become a reality and just give people a place to really kind of come and feel like they can get some closure. Derek and I decided that Highland Park would be the perfect place for the bridge. We walked the park. We found a good location, a good spot that we feel like the community can get to easily. Rathburn-Willett Drive is eventually going to become the main opening for Highland Park. So once you walk in the park and go to the left, the bridge is going to be easily accessible. We wanted to do a ribbon cutting so that the community was aware that this bridge actually even exists in the park, and that it is a place for people to come of all ages, really. Thank you to Mike Terranese, Handyman Service. He's a local resident in Attleboro, and he built the bridge for me in my garage, actually. So without him, the bridge would not exist. Triborough Paint, those guys put up with me picking the perfect rainbow colors, so thank you guys. And Dorrance Recycling in Norton actually donated the granite for the memorial bench, which will be part of the Rainbow Bridge for people to sit on. I'm excited for the ribbon cutting, and I'm really just grateful that everybody is going to feel like they have a place to go. If they have children and their children lose a pet, it's a good spot to bring your kids. If they have elderly relatives and they lose a pet. So really, I think everybody is going to benefit from the bridge being into the community.